This will be a brief description of one of the powered table drive features available for Forrest bandsaws. So this is specific to the table drive mechanism. Most of the large Forrest bandsaws have a workpiece support table that moves. So the idea is you put the workpiece on the table moves to make the cut. That way you get a straight cut and your operator doesn't have to be anywhere near the blade when you are making the cut. So safety, product quality, yay. For heavier workpieces or workpieces that are more delicate or sensitive to cut speed, it makes sense to have a powered table drive. So this machine does have that. This large table does have a variable speed powered table drive. But this one has a different mechanism. We have two basic mechanisms for powered table drive. Most of my machines use a tooth timing belt as the drive element. And the table is supported by raised rails. The rails are usually 3-inch square tube where we're either running the table directly on using urethane casters. We will use those 3-inch square tubes as the support and guide elements. In this case though, this machine is using a gear rack as a drive element and the table rolls on the floor. There's trade-offs. So with the normal design where you have raised tubing, it's just a lot of steel. Basically, if you have a table like this one has, I think, a 10-foot stroke. So you have a table with a 10-foot stroke and the table itself is 10 foot long. You've got these rails that are about 20 feet long and you need to think 2, 3, 4 of them. And they're just in the way. Bang your knee into them, people back fork trucks into them. They're just a little obnoxious. But they do a great job of providing a smooth, straight surface for the table to roll on. The tooth timing belt as a drive mechanism has the advantage of is relatively insensitive to issues of dirt or alignment or damage. They just take the belt we use is a 2-inch wide urethane with steel cords and it has teeth for the drive mechanism. So it's very robust, very tolerant of the dirty environment that bandsaws usually work in, but you do have those rails. This is the alternative. The alternative here is instead of running the table on elevated rails, I'm rolling the table on the ground. So I have a big framework basically with table sitting on top of it. This rail actually has a gear rack mounted to the side of it and we use a pinion gear to drive the whole table assembly. The table runs on the ground. There is a machine-mounted guide mechanism for that pinion gear and rack to make sure it all stays in alignment. On this machine, the center two, what you might call rails, but here just lines of roller support. I'm actually using a pair of steel angles turned toe up that can be anchored to the floor. And then these wheels that roll on it have a matching groove for the angle. The other wheels going to the ground just have hard casters rolling directly on the ground. First advantage of this, I don't have those big rails to bang my knees against or to back a fork truck into. When I'm not using this machine, I can move it all the way to one direction. I've got free shop area. I'm not tying up a lot of my shop area even when I'm not using the saw. So that's the biggest advantage. I can also build these for pretty high capacity. This one's rated for a couple thousand pounds. Another huge advantage here is I can make these tables kind of modular. So I have a basic, I think it's about a 15-foot wide by 10-foot deep table on here, but I can add on. So this particular customer wants to be able to support very long workpieces at a 45-degree angle. So I have these, what I call wing tables, that I can just disconnect. Plug right back in. So I have one here and there. Or if I sometimes need to cut very long workpieces that extend far to the right of the blade, then I can have a table that simply clips on to the right side of the table when I need it. When I don't need it, I can unhook it, set aside. Disadvantages of this design. You have to have a pretty good floor. Since the casters are running on the floor's got to be relatively smooth, clean, firm. Can't run on a dirt floor, obviously. And you have to keep that floor clean. If you've got a bunch of debris, you've got nuts and bolts on the floor, the table rolling over that debris will bump, 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 and you'll translate that into your cut. We have a lot of different schemes for controlling these. This machine has our enhanced table drive controls package. So I've got a full set of controls on a panel over there, and I duplicate them here. So table forward is my cutting direction. Table reverse. I've got speed control for the forward direction here, and the speed control for the return position is on the panel facing. You'll just leave it 100% all the time. I do also have the ability to disconnect the table from the drive system. Basically, I have a clutch. I can come over here, where, sorry, you can't really see it, disconnect the clutch. Now I can move the table manually. For as big and heavy as it is, it rolls quite nicely. So that is one of your table drive options. You can either do our 2 timing belt table drive running on elevated rails, or you can do a gear rack drive running on the ground. One more quick note on the advantage of the gear rack. The gear rack is very, very stiff. If you have a very heavy work piece, the gear rack's a better way to go because it's mechanically very stiff. The 2 timing belt, even though it has steel cords, if it's a 60-foot long timing belt, it'll have just a little bit of stretch, a little bit of bounce on very heavy work pieces. That might not be desirable. The gear rack drive is just very, very mechanically rigid, so the table's going to move exactly where you want it when you tell it to go there. If you have questions, would like to discuss a specific application, please feel free to call us here at Forrest Manufacturing. I thank you for your time and attention.